A multi-million-dollar tourism development on a private key in the Hol Chan Marine Reserve continues to stir controversy despite the National Environmental Appraisal Committee having given the green light for works to commence. While he has not had an active role in the process, Tourism Minister and Belize Rural South Area Rep Manuel Heredia Junior stands in solidarity with stakeholders who have come out against the project.
We take a look physically on site and then probably give our input or recommendation as to what we believe is suitable for the area. Until then, I have to be on the side. I have to be on the side of my electorate. I have to be on the side of the tour guides, tour operator, because I depend on them at the end of the day. No? So I will always be on the side of the majority who wants it or not, even though, like I mentioned before, I do believe in sustainable development, and we want as much development as possible. I assist and help in whatever capacity I can with developers, but nonetheless, this is one that I believe that I have very little to do with decision making.
Back in mid-May, San Pedranos, particularly stakeholders in the fisheries and tourism industries, expressed their discontent about the project, which initially called for 90 over-the-water structures among massive dredging in the reserve. Since then, the project plan has been scaled down where no dredging is permitted, and the hovering structures were cut down by half.
The initial proposal called for quite a few over-the-water structures. I believe NIAC met a few weeks ago, and the level of development was scaled down completely, scaled down significantly. And so it might be important, you see your question about massive development already is misleading in so many ways. And so it's important for us to get the facts. When we talk about massive, there is a proposal there to develop. It does involve over-the-water structures. Whether it's massive or not, you would need to really look at all the details. I know for a fact it was scaled down significantly from the original proposal. And a series of measures were put in place to protect the environment out there. I'm not sure where we are with the dredging licenses and stuff. That you would need to speak with, I believe, the Ministry of Natural Resources.
I do have a problem whenever the number of over-the-water structures that will be done in any project that will be done. And I believe that I should have been a key person in any of these major projects. I was with the Blacador development, but very little with this in Cayo Rosario 1. If it is true that it is 42 over-the-water structure that has been approved, I believe it is too much, personally. With the dredging that they already were going to be granted a permit, I put my outcry towards dredging around, particularly those shoals around Cayo Rosario. Because if you recall, those shoals, they were sold by the past administration in their time. And I fought together with the tour guides and Hol Chan to make sure that our government reversed that and they were compensated elsewhere.
In the wake of the outcry, the Ambergris Caye Citizens for Sustainable Development was formed. Through a sustained campaign, their mission is to protect and enhance natural resources without compromising the livelihood of this and future generations. As tour guide Omar Arceo put it, building on Crown land and the effects to the Marine Reserve is what they're fighting for.
To build on the island is not a problem, but to build on top of the Crown land, all the bajos where we do flat fishing, permit, tarpon, and bonefish, all around the island is a shallow flat. That is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for that quest, that they're not supposed to touch 1 inch of that flat where I have made my life, where other guys from the whole town, like I could say pescador, go fish, blue bonefish, private users in general, they've been using it for more than 100 years. But the fly fishing business started probably in the early 70s. So right now we're seeing that they will kill this flat, will take it to zero.
Heredia Junior says that a site visit is being organized for a delegation including himself, Figueroa, and stakeholders to inspect the island. He pledges that interventions will be made where necessary to avoid any conflict between the developer and stakeholders.
I believe that as soon as possible, we're supposed to go on site, look at what is there, so that we can then tell the developer, look, this is what we feel. If the final approval is not to the likings of the groups over here that, like tour guides, tour operators, Hol Chan Marine Reserves, and so that they, as soon as the project gets started, that they are going in numbers over there to do a demonstration, which is not good for the industry, not good for the tour guide, not good for myself, because I don't believe in confrontations.
Duane Moody for News 5.